Hello, this is Dr. Tiffany Copeland coming to you with our video tutorials that will complement your TVRA 140 course. I am coming to you from an undisclosed location, and we will cover Chapter 1 in this section. So essentially, we will get started with working with Adobe Premiere Pro. Just some additional information that I relayed to you is that you want to make sure that you have minimum system memory on your computers of 8 gigabytes and 16 gigabytes or more is recommended for high definition media. If you're going to use ultra high definition or 4K media, then it is recommended that you actually use 32 or have 32 gigabytes on your computer. Now, so essentially, this first chapter is covering touring Adobe Premiere Pro. So in this section, we will talk about non-linear editing, understanding the standard video digital workflow, enhancing the workflow with high-level features, explore workspaces, customize workspaces, and set keyboard shortcuts. We will not cover everything, but we will cover up most things that I just mentioned. So we already know the concept of non-linear editing, and we do understand that our pieces of media are referred to as clips that you put in a sequence. Now, in addition to that, we understand that we first have to acquire our media through original footage, and we can bring in that media, we can import it, and we can organize our clips into what is called bins. Bins are very similar to a folder. We have already we will create a sequence in the timeline panel, or for the timeline panel. We will add transitions, create our exports. There's so many different things that we will do in this class. So let's actually get to it. The first thing that I like to do is just go over the interface of Adobe Premiere. And voila, this is the interface right here. So essentially, we have landed on our home page, and this is called our home. If you go here, you will see home page, other documents or other types of projects that I'm working on currently. And then we also have our learn section as well. Learn is if you want to learn more information from the Adobe Premiere or Adobe Premiere in particular, or other types of hands-on tutorials. Okay, so what we will do then is I'm going to go forward from this page. Oh, and by the way, if you notice that in the top right-hand corner here is your profile pic here. And then you also have a little gift box that helps you to understand the new options available in Adobe Premiere. And you can search for different projects that you're looking for by completing this, by typing the information in the search bar. I'm going to exit the search. And so you can actually create a new project from scratch, or you can open a pre-existing project. I'm going to create a new project from scratch. So I'm going to click here under new project, and here we are. Now, these are a lot of different videos that we have utilized for this class here. What I want to do is just let you know some things about this particular part of the interface. We do have three different floating buttons here, floating words, as you can call it, which changes to different modes of the interface. So if you notice, we have import mode, we have edit mode, and we also have export mode. So we're going to start with this mode here. We're going to title the project. Let's call it video. How about training? Let's say training for chapter 1. And then from there, you can decide where your project location is going to be, wherever you will save this particular project. I'm not using a template. Now, on the left-hand side, you notice that there are a lot of different menu options. And what we did in this class eventually is that we changed our options to favorites. Because if there is a chain that you typically would are interested in taking, you can actually, at the end of that change, click on this little star here, and this star will indicate that you have saved it as your favorite, and it will appear right there. So you can always click right there in order to go directly to that particular area if that's what you feel so compelled to do. Now, on this page, you notice that we have a number of thumbnails here. You can always make the thumbnails bigger. So you see we're expanding the thumbnails, or you can make them smaller. You can look at them in the grid view, which is what we're on right now, or you can change that view to list view. And you notice they're all nicely laid out with the duration, creation date, frame size. Now, from some of my frame sizes are 3840 by 2160, which I recorded in 4K on the cell phone for the most part. Or you'll find that others are 920 by 1080 because it was recorded in 1080p. These are basically just your frame sizes. You can see the resolution is higher if you go to a higher frame size. And then we notice the frame rate is different. Sometimes I'm using almost 24. Sometimes I'm using almost 30. Again, 30 is for television style frame rate. And then you have a frame rate of 24, which is more of a cinematic style. The video codec is when the movie encodes to something else and encodes and decodes. And you notice that we have, I'm using HEVC for these, and so we will go more into that. That is actually uh, our largest full high definition, ultra high definition, and then we also using full definition as well, H.264. Now, as we move forward, you'll notice that there are a couple of little arrows here, so you can sort according to creation date or name. You can filter as well. So you can filter all videos or audio only. So if we go videos only, you know, this is videos really. Audio, it's nothing for the most part. We do have directory viewers here, and then we can look and see if there's some other way that we can sort it. We can also search for something in particular. So if you want to bring in a certain media, you can actually just click on it and then it will come in. So for example, let's say I want to bring in maybe the episode, maybe just something really quickly, a couple of things, and then I can choose it here. Now, in addition to that, if I want to rename my sequence, I can do so. Maybe I can call my sequence the TR for the training review. And then afterwards, I can, okay, good. So that's really all that we need to do from this section here. Now, another part of it is just making sure that you bring everything in to your computer. By the way, one more thing, we also have different buttons here. We have our workspaces button, which is not active right now. We also have quick export. You can quickly export a file or your sequence project. And then we also have here open progress dashboard and then full screen video. So what we're going to do is click on the create option, and you'll see that we actually were able to create a new file by going into it in this form and fashion. So everything is now all of the different thumbnails that I tried to bring in are located right here. Now, if you go to window and workspaces like we've been doing, you'll see we're on editing mode. You can always go to a different mode, go back to workspaces, go back to editing mode in order to make sure that everything is there and is properly situated. However, if it's not properly situated, then it's up to you to just move things around. If you did not do that, if you like move something around before and it kind of just doesn't look good. Now, you do notice that automatically these videos were moved into the timeline. And what they do is they move into the timeline more than likely by order of creation. So first first video created, second, and so on. So here we are. This is what our interface looks like. And we do have we do have here just stipulated. I'm following the chapter, mind you. I just want to make sure I get everything in that I mentioned to you within these chapters. We do have this little blue line here that is considered to be our playhead. Okay, so let's pretty much go over this timeline first. And you notice that the videos came through on the project, what is called our project panel here. And actually, let's do this real quick. You notice that this little menu option for the project panel, you can double click it like that to make it bigger. And you can make your videos bigger. And what I love is the work, this little section here, which is freeform view, if you'll see, and you can just lump them on top of each other if you want to. But if you want to see something in a more organized state, then go ahead and click on icon view. You also have this list view available. So here we are, here are our videos, and you notice that we can, we can go through them to see what is actually included in these videos. And if we let's see, we can actually click on it too. And then we can click the letter L if we want to move forward. We can click J and J moves it backwards, or we can click K for pause. So I'm using these keyboard shortcuts to go forward, backward, or to pause. Now, so these are a lot of different things that we have available to us. But what you can do is double click this tab again to bring it down. You can always do that. Or another thing that you can use is our accent grave key mark on or key on the keyboard, and then it will navigate it back and forth. You can also move your panels around. You can lift them, move them into different sections if you want. You can make these boxes look smaller or bigger by making sure that your mouse pointer looks like a double-headed arrow, and you can drag to the left, drag to the right, drag it up, drag it down, however your heart desires in terms of seeing these options properly. If you are trying to watch a video in a bigger screen, you can double click on your program monitor, and there you go. You can see it in a wider perspective.